Hello, hello. Welcome to the Happy Hippie Intuitive. My name is Nina and I'm here to show you all my angel cards. So this is part of my collection of cards. I have around 300 oracle cards and 200 tarot cards, more or less. And so this is one part of many videos where I show and tell all the cards that I have. So this time it's going to be about angel cards. Now I have 30 angel decks, so I need to split this up into two different videos. So this will be video number 1, and then I will make video number 2 as soon as I can and post that up as well. So with that being said, welcome. And if you're new, then welcome to my channel. If you like what I do, consider hitting that like button and subscribing. I also have another channel where I do channeled work, where I also talk about ascension, symptoms, awakening, channeling with angels, star beings, and source energy and such. You will find that in the description box below if that's something that's interesting to you. I also have lots of readings on my channel, so you can head on over to my channel and have a look and see if there's something that you like. With that being said, let us jump into it. I'm trying to make 15 cards in this video and 15 in the next, but we will see how long we spend on each deck, okay? So let's just start. We're going to start with the Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards today, so we'll put away the other ones. Now, if you would like to grab yourself a cup of coffee or tea or a glass of wine, or I don't know, whenever you're watching this, so then pause the video and grab yourself something. And we're going to spend some cozy time together looking at all these cards that I have, okay? So with further ado, let's get into what we are going to do today. So, Angels and Ancestors Oracle Cards by Kyle Gray. It's the first one out. And this is a deck I really truly love. So let's look at it. This is a mass production deck, by the way. You can get it pretty much anywhere you order decks. Now, the guidebook is, as always with Kyle Gray, quite good. He has pictures and he has messages about something about the angel or ancestor that it is connected to, and of course a message. So this is quite a good guidebook, I would say, about 2 pages per card. So that's that. Now, this is the back of these cards, and I find them just very beautiful. It's kind of a green, I don't know if that shows up in the camera very well, but it's kind of a green, dark green, bluish background with this owl and this kind of spirit wheel. Now, let us look at the images. The images I find very beautiful. Let us see if it says here, artwork by Lily Moses is the artist of this deck. I want to give a shout out to the artists as well, because for me, the artistry of the cards is very much what draws me in. So, and I also try and paint a little bit watercolor and stuff myself. So I want to kind of give a shout out to the artists of these different decks as well. But let's get into it. So these are the images. I can zoom in maybe a little bit so I don't have to hold them up too much. Let's do that. A little bit more maybe. Oop, that's too much. Sorry guys. Okay, there. Okay, so we're going to go through it now. So these images I find very beautiful. Okay, I like the color palette in this. I like the feeling I get of this card. Like this one here, I just love that one. So it's kind of, for me, I get a feeling of a little bit shamanistic vibe. It's very much about different cultures in here as well, kind of around the globe. Because it is angels and ancestors, so of course it is the, what you would say, the wisdom of the ancestors as well. But it's also star beings here, so it's kind of all over the place a little bit, but I really, really love this deck. For me, it just fits me perfectly. So it is, again, about, yeah, what you like and what you not like. What resonates with you. Yeah, it's not much more to say about this. Look at this father sky. It's just so beautiful. So either you love it or you don't. I love it. I think Kyle has made a really, really good deck with this one. I also love the other deck he has, which is Keepers of the Light, but that's not an angel deck, so I didn't bring that out today. But this is definitely one of my favorite decks by far. Just a simple drawing like this, but it's so beautiful. Yeah, I don't know what you guys think. Well, comment in the comment section below. on some of these decks here. And if you have any suggestions for me regarding decks that you like, then feel free to comment in the comment section, okay? So a mass production deck. This one, Kyle Gray, is, I believe, from Scotland originally, or lives in Scotland. I think he's Scottish. And he also is one that has a lot of information and shares a lot. So you can probably find him if you Google him, okay? So that's the Angels and Ancestors Oracle card. Okay, so moving on to deck number 2. This is also Kyle Gray, and this is called the Angel Guide Oracle. This is quite new. I believe it came out this I believe it came out in the fall of 2021, if I'm not mistaken. So let us look at it. This is the guidebook right here, and that's Kyle Gray right there, his happy face. So he's situated, of course, in Scotland, I believe. And he also has he tutors, I know, by the way. Anyway, so this artwork is by Jennifer Hawkyard. So this is a different artist. The guidebook is the same as kind of Kyle Gray always does, as I showed you in the other one. So this is also a mass production. This is the back. Quite beautiful, kind of a red orangey. So that's very fun. It's not many decks that has that kind of color. Now these are the cards. Very different artist, as you can see. And here is just about the message from the angels. It might be that it says here, let me just have a look, what angel it is, but I'm not so sure that it does. Your message, extended message. No, I don't think it says what angel it is. So it's more like in general angels, this one, I believe. But it is one message in the bottom, and of course you can intuit. For me, it's very much about the colors in these cards. As you can see here, it's very, very colorful. So you can, of course, intuit into the colors or into the image itself, or, of course, the word. You use them, of course, as you feel fit. But for me, as I said in the beginning, it's very much about color. It's very much about the artistry. Very much about the feeling I get when I look at the image of the card. Sometimes I actually ignore what it says and just read the image, because the image speaks to me more than the words. So it is, I mean, if you're connected and if you are reading very intuitively, then that's a way to do it as well, at least for me. So, yeah. As you can see, these colors are extremely vibrant. Very colorful cards, these ones. And yeah, it's very different. And I like it because it's different. It's not like anything I've seen before. So he did a good job in picking different artists as well to do his decks. So they become quite different. So that's cool for me. So that was that. The Kyle Gray, the Angel Guide Oracle. Okay, so let us then take another Kyle Gray. Why not while we're at it? Angel Prayers Oracle cards. Now, this is not a new deck. It's been on the market for quite some time, I believe. I don't see what year it was given out, but it's been there for a while. Now, this is, of course, the guidebook. And as always, there's 2 pages. And the way that he does it with the picture and everything, like I showed you before. This is also mass production. This is the back. Blue. Very beautiful. Now, these are the images. This is also one of the decks that I have used frequently. So it really speaks to me. So there is kind of a message here, or the name of whatever it is that he's talking about. There are some angels also depicted here, and there's a message beneath. So that's kind of the way this is made. Now this is made by an artist. It doesn't say the artist on the cover, so I have to go into the book here. Just a second. Cover design, no, that's not what I want. The cover design is Leanne Siu Anastasi, cover illustrations Jason McCready. But let me just have a look and see if there's another artist here. About the author, about Kyle Gray. Here, Jason McCready, Glasgow-based artist. Okay, so that's the artist of this deck. So I just wanted, as I said, wanted to do a shout out for the artists today. So these are the cards. These cards really speak to me. Okay. Also very vibrant. This is more glossy, more kind of, it kind of pops out more, this artist for me. So I really like it. And you see some of the cards here, as I said, Archangel Shamuel. So some of the cards also have an archangel on it. Or in the other cards that doesn't, is kind of angel messages or angels in general. Okay. So these are the cards, people. I just love this deck. It's really, again, a well done deck by Kyle Gray. So yeah, I don't know what to say. This is a deck that I have used, as I said, very much in my readings. So and will continue to use. It's just something about the simplicity of the messages, of the images, and the vibrancy of the colors. And it's a good artist. And there's something about the vibe or the feeling in the cards that just gives me joy, I guess. Yeah, it makes the happy, hippie, intuitive very happy. Okay, so yeah, so either you feel like this speaks to you or not. So that was that. Have to put them away so I don't make a mess here. Oh, God. Angel Prayers by Kyle Gray. Okay. So next one. So that was 1, 2, 3 decks already. Yeah. Okay. So let us move on. Now let's do this one. That's a deck that maybe many of you haven't seen, and I think this is something I had to order from her. AmeliaBurt.com. So Amelia Burt, Heavenly Guidance Angel Cards. Okay, so this is the way it looks. It was kind of a big box, but that doesn't matter. And there was a little guidebook here that came with it, and kind of, yeah, just to the point information about each card. Not so much, but that's okay. I believe that this is kind of an indie deck, since I had to order it from her. Doesn't have any ISBN number or anything anywhere here, so I believe that's where you have to order this. This is the back. I'm going to zoom out a little bit because I felt like it was just a little bit too close. Okay, there you go. So this is the back. I feel it's very beautiful. It's very kind of rosy, magenta, pink, red colors. And that works very well with my pick-a-card readings, I must say. So these are the images. Now you can see most of the images are beautiful and nice, but some of them, it looks like they have been squeezed a little bit. So I do believe that this is kind of homemade, or yeah, that kind of deck. But anyways, I feel like the vibrancy of this deck is very, I mean, the colors are just so vibrant. And it's fun. It's different. I like it. It's just one, it's a number, and then there's a message on the bottom, and that's it, and the image. But that makes it easier to kind of get into the image itself. As you can see here, it looks like it's been squeezed a little bit. This one too, you see that? So that's kind of sad, but you know, it's okay. It's still a beautiful deck. So yeah, very different again. Very different deck. And very just to the point kind of messages. And some of the images you can kind of dive a little bit more into and get some more information from that. Yeah. Not so much more. You see this one has been squeezed again. So yeah, I like this deck though. I mean, even with some of the cards being squeezed a little bit here, but yeah, but I still find it beautiful. Okay, it's very different. It's beautiful. I love the backs, which makes it very colorful and nice. Colorful and nice for me when I'm doing my pick a card. So that's kind of one of the reasons I wanted this deck, okay? Because it's just such a fun and colorful back. And the cards are beautiful. I find them beautiful. But yeah, I do believe you have to go to her website to get this deck. Like it says here, ameliabert.com. Okay, so that is the Heavenly Guidance Angel cards. Okay, and so we are going to go to this one. Mark Bajerski, Healer of Hearts, his Angel cards, powerful messages from the angels. So, Mark Bajerski, he is, I believe, originally British. But he lives in Spain, and I know that he works as a healer, and he is an expert in crystals, by the way. I know that he has a YouTube channel, and I think you can find he has a website as well. But these cards you have to order from him, okay? This is, yeah, there, markbarjeski.com. See that? Okay, so, but he is also someone that I ordered a lot of crystals from. He is also very much a specialist in Moldavite, and he makes jewelry out of Moldavite, for instance. So he's worth a visit. This is the back. I really, really love the back of these cards with the heart, the color tones kind of in the brown, gold, beige-ish colors. I really like that. Now, these cards does not have a guidebook because there's a message on the cards themselves. So there's an angel depicted, the name of the angel, and then there's a message from the angels on the cards. So if that's something you like, then that's cool, you know. So it's very different kind of cards, these ones. Now, I also have to say that when he ships the jewelry, or at least when he shipped jewelry to me, I also got an angel card with the jewelry and a little pouch, and it was very, very nice and in a beautiful little purple box. And yeah, so yeah, he really puts his love and energy into those crystals and jewelry that he makes, I have to say. So yeah. So these are the angel cards that he made. Very good for picking one card a day, or for just having one extra message or a start message maybe in a reading, all depending on how you read. So I find these cards very fun, okay, very different. And that's my take on it. You like it or you don't, you know, as always. So I'm not sure I could define what artists have done this. Jacqueline Brugman is a graphic designer here. Chris Soliman has done the images. Arlene Cashman is a writing assistant, and Tricia Johnson is the editor. So that's a shout out to all the other people who has been involved in this deck as well. Okay, but again, with the back on these cards, it's so beautiful. Really like to use those in a reading or a pick a card reading. So, oh, get in there. That's that. The Angel Cards, Powerful Messages from the Angels by Mark Barjeski. Okay, let's move on. Now, I have these little fun ones. The Original Angel Cards by Kathy Tyler and Joe Drake. So they are just kind of small ones. They're just silver on the back, tiny cards with a little angel there. And they have a little bit of drawings and one word here on the back. So these are fun cards to just draw. I will tilt them out here so you can look upon them. I'm not going to go through all of them, but you know, there's just cards, no messages, like one word, and then a little bit of fun drawings, as you can see here. You know, like so. So I find these very helpful, very fun. I have used them not so much lately, I might add. Yeah, some of them you can make your own kind of cards. So I put a couple of new messages here. So yeah, so these are some of the cards here. There's just so many of them, and they're all over the place, as you can see here. but I find these very fun, and it's fun to kind of pick a couple of those at the end of a reading for me. So I think I'm going to do that soon again, because that's always fun to get some of these instead of charms, because I use charms a lot in my readings as well. So instead of charms, you can use these little cards here, right? So that's kind of those. There's not so much to say about them. I just have them in a box. I've seen some people have them in a jar or a big glass or something, and they pick. So, but I haven't seen many people use them though, and that's kind of sad, because they're fun. They're really cute and fun, these ones. So I recommend them definitely. The original Angel Cards by Kathy Taylor and Joe Drake. Okay, so we move on. It is, you know, Angel Answers. Yes, this is the next deck. Angel Answers by Radley Valentine. There was another deck just like this one made by Radley Valentine together with Doreen Virtue, but after she stopped producing and working with Angel and Oracle cards, then he went on and he made his own version, or reproduced them in his own name, because he has been working together with her in many of those decks. So this is the Radley Valentine Angel Answers, and this is the guidebook. Very good. Just straight to the point, the image and the message, you know, easy breezy. And this is the back, and the backs have different colors. As you can see here, some yellow, some purple, and some pink. And the messages are as follows. Now, very many people use these decks. They're very to the point, you know, very specific information. And that's, I think, is why it's become so popular, because he hasn't been afraid of saying things kind of as it is, like there's a no and there's a no and exclamation point, you know. So, and also the images, I mean, it's very vibrant colors in this, and it's of course angels that communicate with us and want to help us. So yeah, whether you like it or you don't, but what I do like about this, as I said, is very kind of to the point messages. It's not sugarcoating, it's not beating around the bush, it's kind of, that's it, you know. So that's kind of what I like about this. It's up to you. Trust. Improving health. So, like I said, no. And no with an exclamation point. Even bigger no, you know. Yes with an exclamation point, and there's also one yes without the exclamation point. So yeah, like this one. So there's I just love that the messages are just to the point. There you go, in your face. You know, but I like that, and there's very few decks that has that. I know that Lisa Williams decks has it, the Intuitive Soul deck that she made. She has a yes and a no, but other than this deck here, I'm not. Yeah, I do believe one of the other Doreen Virtue's decks also has a yes and no, but I don't remember which one it is. But anyways, not that many decks have those kind of straight answers, and that's kind of what I like about this deck right here. Okay, so Angel Answers, Oracle Cards by Radley Valentine. Now, I talked a little bit about Doreen Virtue, and of course we cannot come through Angel Cards without mentioning her decks. Now, a little disclaimer when it comes to her decks, because I know many people, since she decided not to work with Angels and Oracle Cards like this anymore, some people have felt like since she's going kind of against this kind of work now, that they wanted to throw out her decks or burn them. To that, my personal feeling about that, when she made these cards, she was in a totally different energy. That's number one. Number two, the cards get the energy that you put into them. Okay, it really doesn't matter who made them. It's your energy that has anything to do with the cards, right? So for me, I still love her decks, or the Doreen Virtue decks, but now they're my decks. They're my cards. There's my energy on them. So that was just kind of, I wanted to put that out there. So let's get into this deck. Crystal Angels Oracle Cards by Doreen Virtue. Artwork by Marius Michael George. So, as it of course says, this is about the crystals and the angels together. Now, the guidebooks are pretty much the same as always. 2 pages and the image, and of course information about every crystal, so that's good. Now this is the back. It's quite beautiful, kind of a dark blue, almost indigo color to them. And these are the images. And of course the cards kind of represents the color of the crystals there as well. So the name of the crystal, the message underneath. Okay. And of course there is kind of an angel holding the crystals in each card here. But I'm not sure if it says what angel it is or if it's just kind of in general angels. Let me just have a quick look in this guidebook here. No, I don't think it says really what angel it is. It's just angels in general. So these are the cards, people. You like them or you don't. I find them very interesting. They're very different. And for me, of course, I'm not a crystal expert like Mark Bajeski. so I need some information about each crystal. I'm not good at remembering all the crystals. I know some, but not all of them by far. So for me, it's very good to have these kind of decks where it goes into what the crystal stands for, you know. So I really enjoy this deck. I find it interesting. Okay, that's my take on it. And just a warning, I have several Doreen Virtue decks here, so buckle up, people. You have to see them as well. So no, I really like this. I really do. So yeah, there's the Moldavite. Beautiful, beautiful crystal. Yeah. No, I really like this deck. I really love the colors in this. It's very vibrant colors in this, I must say. So well done by the artist here. So, and also as I said with the cards earlier, it's very much about the artist of the cards as well. Not so much about who writes the book, maybe, even though they put their kind of own intuitive feeling on whatever it is that the card is depicting. But you know, it's the artist. So even if you don't like Doreen Virtue, don't ditch Marius Michael George, who's made the artists, you know, the artistry of this deck. So it's about that as well. It's not just her that has made all her decks. It's the artists as well. So, you know, with that being said. Okay, so that was that. So that was the Crystal Angels Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. I'm not sure you can get this anymore. I know some of her decks are still in sale, but of course you might get it used as well on Amazon or Etsy or I don't know. They're probably somewhere to get these cards if you Google. Okay. So moving on. So let's go over to this one. Saints and Angels Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. And let us find out right away who made these cards. Does it say here? No. Normally they have a page about the artists in the back. Let's see. Here, artwork by Corey Wolf. There are several artists here. Baron van Lind, Edward Tadiello, Gary Russell Smith, Baladeva McClay, Cheryl Rose, Marius Michael George, who made the other one, Shirley Lerner, Elizabeth Kyle, Lisa Iris, Sue Holstenberg, Glenda Green, Audrey L. Arena, and Tamara Bechtel. So lots of different artists in this one. And this is the back, kind of a purpley, lavendery feeling. It's gilded in gold. Now, these are very, very straight to the point messages as well, along with the saints or the angels on the bottom and the image, of course. So this is the deck. Going through it a little bit quicker, this one, okay? I love the images here as well. I find them quite fun, different, maybe a little bit too much angelic for some people, maybe. Some people feel like some of her decks became a little bit too Christian, and that's okay if you feel that way. I don't mind. I don't mind any religion, including Christianity. So for me, all religions are actually the same religion, just different ways of viewing it, you know. So I appreciate this deck. Also because, as I said, the messages are quite direct as well. Yep, so that's that. Not much more to say about that deck. Saints and Angels, Oracle Cards, Story and Virtue. Okay. Moving on. Now this is the very first angel deck that I ever got. Healing with the Angels, Oracle Cards by Doreen Virtue again. So if there's a lot of artists, I'm not gonna read all the artists here, I think. Artwork by Bruce Harmon, L.E.M. Reeve, Corey Wolf, and Shirley Ann. So not that many artists in this one, but still. Okay, so she very often uses or used different artists to make her cards. Now, this is the back. Kind of straight to the point angel. These cards are quite thick and quite stiff, but for me that's okay. This was her first deck, so this was where she kind of was trying out the card stock, I guess. But I think that it's in some decks I really like that it's kind of stiff cards as well. So it is what you like. So these are the cards, just a message and an image, plain and simple. And I find the images quite beautiful, like this landscape in the background here, very beautiful. So also, as I said, a shout out to the artists in all these cards, because some of the images here are very beautiful. Okay, it's very different style, as you can see in this deck, but that's because she chose a lot of different artists to do her decks. But some of the images here I find so beautiful, and there is something in the energy actually about this deck. And it might be because it was an early deck, or maybe the first one she made. So she had that very, you know, this is new, this is interesting, this is so fun kind of energy maybe in these cards as well. And that kind of shows through the images or the way it's been made maybe. I don't know. But for me, I just love this deck. Also maybe because it was my first deck, so it's kind of a nostalgic thing for me. I think I got this deck like, I don't know, almost 20 years ago now. When was this made? I just have to see now what year. 1999, yeah. So I mean, yeah. So it's been. I love this card, by the way. It's been, of course, around for a long time. I'm not sure you can get a hold of this deck. I've seen that they actually, Book Depository has it in Spanish. So if you're Spanish speaking, you can get this deck in Spanish. And I do know that there are some local or languages, because this has been translated into many languages. So I think there's many other languages that you can get this deck in. But I'm not so sure you can find many in English anymore without paying a whole bunch of money. That's maybe not worth it. So, but there you go. You might get it used as well on Etsy or Amazon or whatever. But of course, she doesn't produce cards anymore. But anyways, Healing with the Angels, Oracle Cards by Doreen Virtue. So that was that deck. Now, there are a lot of Doreen Virtue deck here, so if you don't like it, then you skip ahead to some of the not Doreen Virtue decks if you don't want to watch her decks. But anyways, Daily Guidance from Your Angels, Oracle Cards by Doreen Virtue. This one I have not used as much for some odd reason, because they're very nice cards. But anyways, so let's see again if there's a lot of different artists here or not. Yes, again, Corey Wolf, John Philip Wagner, Carolyn Utigard Thomas, Eva Sullivan, Kevin Reckie, Steve Roberts, Marius, Michael George again, Scott Gustafson, and Yvonne Gilbert, Lisa Iris, Marcel Lorange, Glenda Green, Audrey L. Arena, and Gail Gastfield. Whew, lot of artists. Anyways, okay. This is the back. It's kind of a purpley, I don't know if that shows very well here in this light, but anyways, kind of a dark purple color. Oh my goodness, where are my tongue today? So this is Gilded in Gold. Sorry, I need some water, I think. Oh, okay, let's get into it. So this is just plain and simple messages, you know, very easy. So I don't understand why I haven't used this deck more, but I probably will. Anyways, so just a main message and then a message underneath kind of from your angels. So that's it. So again, very different artistry, of course, since she has chosen so many different artists for this deck. But I like it. I do. I don't know. It's just something. It's a very loving deck. I feel it's full of love. And some of the artists is just gorgeous, and so yeah, you like it or you don't. It's not much more to say. I like that it's different colors here. That makes it a little bit different for me. So that's fun. And it's straight to the point. Again, you know, and the message from the angels here. So you don't really have to look in the guidebook. Did I forget to show you the guidebook? Yes, I did. I will show you in the end here. So these are the cards. So, and the guidebook is the same as she always did. 2 pages with the picture of the card. Easy to find stuff in there. Yeah, so that's the daily guidance from your angels. So yeah, I actually like this deck quite a bit, so I'll probably use it more in the future. There you go, daily guidance from your angels, Doreen Virtue. Okie dokie, moving on. Another Doreen Virtue, ArchAngel Oracle cards. This is also one of the earlier decks that I got. This one was made in 2004, so also, I mean, 18 years old. So all the Doreen Virtue decks that I'm showing you, you might find them, as I said, either used, or you might find another language, or you can probably find some of them in English, but they are probably quite expensive. But anyway, so this is a little bit less than 2 pages. She hasn't spent that much time on each card here. A quite slim guidebook, but to the point. This is the back. This is a very nice back for me when I'm doing pick a card. This is really radiant back, so I like that. And the yellow is also fun. Not that many decks have the yellow color. So here again, straight to the point, and it says what archangel it is, and there's a message from your archangel. So these cards I really like. It's just, yeah, again, I mean, when she worked with Oracle cards, she did a good job, people. You know, when she was in that energy. And as I said, you can argue if you want to keep her decks or not. For me, it's about the artist that has made all these beautiful drawings and beautiful artwork. And it's also my energy on the cards. So they're my cards now. They're not her cards anymore. Okay? So I love these decks. I truly do. And it was kind of the start. She kind of started up a lot of these angel cards and that way of looking at oracle decks, you know, so we should thank her for that at least. And that's my take on it, you know. I am the happy hippie. I tend to see the positive in almost everything. Just me. Okay, so that's that. I love this deck. I find it very beautiful. I have used it quite for many readings, and I will continue using them. So that was the ArchAngel Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. Okay, so let us move on. Let me see, where are we now? Yeah, I think we should just finish with all the Doreen Virtue cards first, and then I will move over to other kinds of decks after. That's Doreen and Grant. That's Doreen. I have a lot of her decks, I must say, people, but you know, they were the decks that were on the market when I started up, so it was difficult not to get any decks from her, you know. So yeah. Anyways, so I'm just gonna kind of put them in order here, and then we'll look at the other ones later. Okay, so let's take one at a time here. Now let's start with Diana Cooper. So that's another one. Okay, let's move on. Doreen Virtue deck, Angel Therapy Oracle cards. So, this is of course the same kind of guidebook. I'm not going to read all the artists now. she's tend to use very many of the same artists, and I have mentioned, I think, pretty much all of them in previous decks. Now, this is the back, kind of to the point. It's about healing or therapy. So, and this is the images. This is a deck that is not, for me, as beautiful as some of the other decks. And I'm very much about the edging here and the brown kind of around here. And also a little bit about the font of this. Yeah, so that's just my personal, feeling. But anyways, the images are, of course, beautiful. Oh, my stomach is rumbling. I'm so sorry. I'm hungry. No, so yeah, very different. You see, this is so different artist than like this one. So it really shows that she's using different artists in this one. Now, this is very much, I don't know, I feel like this was kind of made maybe in a little bit more of a hurry than many of her other decks. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion. But, it has the main messages. Some of the images are beautiful and fun, and of course the messages are straight to the point, and all oracle decks and angel decks work in the way that the angels and spirits will guide you to pick your card anyways. So the message is true, it is from them. This, however, is an image I truly, truly love. And I do believe, now this is a fun fact, I do believe that if you saw the movie from Shirley MacLaine that's called Out on a Limb, she went into a gallery and she bought a painting that looks more or less exactly the same as this image. And I always loved that image. I remember I saw that in the movie. I was like, oh my goodness, I would love to have that, as a poster or whatever. But very much looks like this one. I don't know if you know what I mean, but old movie from the 80s, by the way. But if you're into spirituality and you haven't watched it, I highly recommend it. You can find it on YouTube in 2 parts, and it's almost 4 hours long, people. It's called Out on a Limb by Shirley MacLaine. Okay, enough about that. So these are the cards. Archangel Michael is always in there. He is a big part of my life, by the way. Yeah, so there you go. That is the angel therapy card. So very different than the other decks she's made. Not too fond of these cards as I am of the others, but still I have used them. So angel therapy oracle cards, Doreen Virtue. That was that. Now moving on. I do believe we have time for some more. So let's go for the Angel of Abundance oracle cards by Doreen Virtue and Grant Virtue, which is her son. I believe Grant Virtue or her sons, Charles and Grant, that they still work still with spirituality. And I don't know if it's Grant's or Charles's wife, Melissa. I don't know if whose wife she is, but I know that Melissa Virtue, she works at least with spirituality and oracle cards and those kind of things as well, just to have that said. Okay, Angels of Abundance oracle cards by Doreen Virtue, Grant Virtue, and this is just the same kind of guidebook, to the point, good guidebook again. This is the back, very different, and all the colors of the rainbow in this kind of crystal star here. So this back is quite interesting for me. These are the images and the cards, and this is again kind of back to where I feel like it's a better, and the card stock feels better. So a far better deck than the angel therapy deck, for me at least. So message on the top and another message on the bottom. Angels in general, I believe. I don't think it's a special angel here, but just kind of angel messages in general. Now the images here I love the different colors around here, and I feel like these colors are more muted, are more feminine, are more beautiful, the images as well. So for me, this works a lot better. Okay, and it's fun that she did it together with her son, who is, of course, someone who wants to continue her work. I love this one with the Santa. Don't you just love that image? So yeah, I believe that her sons and Melissa want to continue the work of, the spiritual work. So you can look that up and Google if you want to. But I know Melissa at least has a channel, and you can find her on Facebook. Melissa Virtue. So there you go. I really like this deck here. I find it very kind of soothing, beautiful images, beautiful colors. Cardstock is good. It's glossy. It's vibrant. You know, it's good messages here. Yeah, this deck I really like. Okay. I haven't used it as much as I want to in my readings, but I'm probably going to do so also because I find the back quite interesting. Very different, very fun back. So fun for pick a card readings for sure. Okay. That was the Angels of Abundance Oracle cards. And of course it's about abundance and how to gain abundance and advice from angels on that. So, okay, we have time for one more, I believe. Now this is with their other son, Charles Virtue. Indigo Angel Oracle cards, Doreen Virtue and Charles Virtue. So I don't know if they plan to give these out themselves in the future. I mean, the ones that she has worked together with Bradley Valentine, I know that he's going to give out new ones, or he has already. But maybe the sons will as well. I don't know. Anyways, Indigo Angel Oracle cards. The deck is very kind of easy breezy, 1 page per card. Now, this is the back. Very, very beautiful back for me. A very blue, very starry nights in the back here, as you can see. Gilded in silver, which is fun. Very easy, straight to the point messages. Beautiful, big images here, which I find very, very cool. I actually love this deck. Yeah. This is some, it just speaks to me. Very simple images, but it really tells you a lot just by feeling into the image here. I find that the artist here, which is, I will find it here just a second, about the artist Carol Hayer. So that's only one artist here, Carol Hayer, and I feel like she has really, I just feel each card here. So very good artist. You can read just the image itself here, I feel. I just love this artist here. So as again, her decks, Doreen decks, is not all about her. It's very much about the artist and your own energy that you put into the cards, as always. Okay. I have to go through these cards a little bit quicker because I'm running out of time. I only have 47 minutes and 47 seconds. So I'm running out of time. But that's that. That is the Indigo Angel by Doreen Virtue and Charles Virtue. So I'll have to end it there in this video, and I will continue with all the other decks in my other video, which will be some of these decks right here. Thank you so much for being part of this first video. I hope to see you in the second. Thank you so much for being part of this video. Until the next time I see you. Bye.